What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94, back at you again with more sneaker-related content. We are here for episode 121 of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. So let's see if we can get our guest. What's up, Bodyguard to the Stars? K-Soul 23. Let's see here. What's up, Shonda? Gavin? Wizard MGK? Mr. Ouchia. See if we can get our guest. Get her in a second here. What's up, Crispy and Clean?
There we go.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm just trying to get my stuff situated.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay.
That's
Good.
good. That's
Good to be here with you.
Yes, it's good to be here too. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, no problem. So everybody joining, this is episode 121 of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. We have our guest, I love kicking with locks. I'm Shorty C94. So before we get started, I always ask my guests, what's the most important thing you've been able to take from the world since the pandemic started?
No one's never asked me this question, so this is a good question. I think the most important thing that I'm able to take from is just really making sure I connect with family. So, when you have family that doesn't live in your immediate area, and you probably only see them when it's like family reunions or a family function or maybe a funeral, you don't really engage with them on a consistent basis. So I just took that as, okay, let me make a little bit extra calls. So I try to reach out to my grandmothers a little often than normal, maybe some cousins, aunts and uncles. So I just try to connect sooner than later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that. All right. So we'll just dive right into the first part of the show, which is sneaker origins.
Okay.
Now, what would be your first sneaker memory or sneaker moment?
My first sneaker memory?
Mm-hmm.
A moment? Okay, so I'm going to say my first sneaker memory is when, and I'm probably showing my age or telling my age with this moment, but my first sneaker memory is when my mother bought me purple Etonics. That's what I said. I'm probably telling my age, but yeah, she bought me purple Etonics, and I had never seen sneakers that were a different color other than white and black. And I was so amazed. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I had a pair and she had a pair. They were purple Etonics.
So, all right. As a child of the 80s, how old are you?
I am 40.
All right. Okay. I'm 40. Way older than you. But yeah, we old. We old out here. You talking about the I got a few pairs of Etonics in the cut now. So
really? I didn't even know they were still around. Like, I have not seen a pair. Like, if I saw a pair, I would definitely buy a pair.
Yeah. The most notable pair I probably have is do you follow basketball at all, or
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So in the 80s, Etonics endorser was Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, so, okay.
On the Rockets, when they made it to the finals in 1986, he had his own Etonic shoe. It was just called the Dream. And they retroed it, I want to say 2014, 14-ish.
Wow.
So I bought them then. And I have a few Etonic runners in the cut. So.
Wow. I did not see. I know who that ball player is, but I did not know, like, yeah, because I definitely would have got a pair because I was really excited.
Well, depending on your size, much.
Oh yeah, they probably wouldn't because what's my size? I'm a 5.
A 5Y?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so. You might be able to find $40 or $50 or something. You had some tonics. All right, all right.
They were
So,
purple. I had purple Etonics and pink felines. I remember.
okay.
I remember those two pair, and I was amazed. I was like, sneakers come in other colors than white and black. Wow. Okay.
I will say, not saying that, people have said we're not old. You're right, we're seasoned. But yeah, I didn't think that you were in my age group,
Oh.
Judging by.
Oh, okay. So that's good to know. That means I'm doing a good job keeping myself together.
What area are you from?
I'm originally from Prince George's County, Maryland, and I currently live in DC.
Okay, so you, all right, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's where all the black people with a little bit of coin are, PG County. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
spent a lot of DMV. My best friend went to Howard, so I would always come down for the homecomings and stuff like that. And
Oh, okay.
then,
Okay.
around the same time, I figured, sneakers, because I'm originally from Cleveland. I live in North Carolina now,
Okay.
but like, I discovered City Sports, and you all had SB accounts down there. We didn't really have any in Cleveland, so I'm like, man, I can just buy all this shit down here.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I came down there, me and my homie was on the Metro, and we have a rail system back in Cleveland called the Rapid. It goes through the area I'm from, Shaker Heights, and
Okay.
he was like, I was about maybe my fourth or fifth pair, and he was like, because we was going to Southeast DC, and where he was at, it was like, look, man, this ain't like being on the Rapid at home. You can't keep buying all these shoes. We're gonna fuck around and get killed. So I had to, because he was like, he wanted me to experience the Metro instead of us just driving, but I just kept seeing shit. I was seeing dunks, and I was seeing different shit that just wasn't in Cleveland. I'm like, man, I'm getting this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the DMV. I mean, I almost relocated to Silver Springs 2 different times, so it didn't happen. Kind of wish it did, but it's all good.
Well, you still have time. It's booming.
A little expensive though.
It
A little expensive.
It is. I definitely agree with you. However, this is a pretty neutral area, so you get a little bit of everything, weather and people. So I don't really see myself leaving anytime soon. I did one time try to move to North Carolina, to Charlotte, and I went to visit, and I was like, it's too slow. I said,
Yeah, that's fair. Cleveland isn't necessarily fast. Like, it's not as fast as DC or Atlanta, but it's faster than down here, because Charlotte is, like, to me, the place to be in North Carolina. Now, I live in Greensboro.
Okay. I'm familiar with Greensboro. Yes.
Okay. And I mean, Winston-Salem is like 30 or 40 minutes west, and Raleigh and Durham are like an hour east. I'm in the middle of a situation. So I was in Mebane, North Carolina, but yeah, I'm in Greensboro now. So
you're not too far from A&T?
Oh, no, right down the street from that end. A&T, ACG. I'm thinking sneakers, my bad. UNCG and A&T. Yeah. Oh, man. So yeah, but North Carolina is different. I was just talking about the areas, because Cleveland isn't slow, but like North Carolina is even slower than Cleveland.
Wow.
So,
and I've never been to Cleveland. I definitely would like to visit. I know I'm in a sorority, and I know they had a conference there one time, so I wouldn't mind visiting there. I wouldn't know what to do, but I wouldn't mind visiting.
It really just depends on what you're into. I'm not gonna lie to you; it's not as much to do as it is in the DMV.
Mm-hmm.
But Cleveland is on the come up, and I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of deciding on whether or not I'm going to relocate there or stay down here or go somewhere. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely check Cleveland out when I get a chance. I'm gonna want to do that.
Just make sure to go up there when it's warm.
Oh, definitely.
You
Definitely.
got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a couple of things,
Okay.
but yeah, go up there when it's warm. Okay. So, what was the next sneaker that really solidified things?
Hmm. Um, you know what? That's a really, I don't have an actual sneaker in mind that solidified me. I think as I got older, um, and especially like in high school when I was making my own little money, I pretty much looked at sneakers based on what I like. So I'm very eclectic. I love colors, I love combinations, I love different materials, different patterns. So if I saw something that I like, I would get it. um I don't think I've really had one that solidified me, um per se, in the beginning. But I know once I hit like college, um, that's I got when I got in college, that's when I got my first pair of Jordans, because I never had Jordans. I always had everything else but Jordans. And I got a pair of Jordan 1s. And I was like, oh, I like these. So
Hmm.
that's my favorite. But in the beginning, I didn't have anything that solidified. It just, whatever I like, I pick it up.
Do you remember what Jordan 1 that was?
What Jordan 1 that was? That was,
Were they patent leather?
was it a patent leather? Oh man, and now I need to think. Mm. Ooh.
With you,
Um,
40, what you got out in what, like 2001?
yeah,
Out of college?
I was in. Yeah, I graduated 2000. I was in college in 2000, and so, oh wow, I cannot remember.
Yeah. Oh, the reason I asked is I
I
was
don't remember if it was patent. I don't remember if it was patent or not.
okay.
But I remember it was. I do know it was black and red, but I don't know if it was a patent. I don't know
Okay.
if
Okay.
it was patent. I can't remember.
If it was,
Wow, I cannot
yeah, that
remember.
was one. That
But I know it was a Jordan 1. I just do not
yeah,
remember which one it
might have been
was.
the
Now,
old one.
now you're gonna have me thinking. Now I'm gonna be like really thinking about this later. You're gonna have me thinking, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know which one it was. I'm gonna be thinking later.
And the reason I bring it up is only because, like, it's different now, obviously. But you seem like you've been in the kicks in a while. I mean, you've already talked about Etonics and Filas. So,
Yeah.
um, you remember retros used to come out in sets, meaning like for this year we're just gonna come out with 13s, 6s, and 1s.
Mm-hmm.
This year now it's just everything all the time, But I know with retro with one, they didn't retro it until '01. In the current retro, way. I'm not talking about like '90s, those retros, but
Right.
I know in '01 they had a bunch of Japanese releases in America. They had the black and red, the royal, they had a silver one, and they had a navy one with white and a silver swoosh. But those were like the only ones that year. And so it had to be one of those if you were talking
Yeah,
about.
I think it was the red and black one, but I can't even remember that far back. I think it was the red and black one, so
Yeah,
if I'm
probably.
not mistaken, yeah. Because I don't even have those anymore.
You don't have them. What happened
No.
to them?
Life, moving, like just life. I don't even have those anymore. So just life. I think I just have like one. I think I have a pair of fives. When they first retroed them, and I think that's the only pair I have because um they was at my mother's house, and I
Okay.
left them there. And she was like, "You have sneakers in my house. Come get them." And I'm like, "I have sneakers there." And then I seen them. I was like, "Oh snap!" So I just kept them. But because I remember in college I had Diodors.
Okay.
Yeah, I had those in college, and I still have Filas. I have Reeboks. I don't have any of those anymore. Like they're gone. I have Pumas. I don't have any. I have all new stuff that I've, I guess, purchased within the last 11 years. But all the stuff that I had then, I don't have it no more. Just life taking over, constantly moving.
I
They gone.
get you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Do you remember what pair of sneakers you bought? Like the first pair of sneakers you bought with your own, money?
You might laugh. You might laugh. They were so here in the DMV we call them princesses, Reebok princesses, but they're the ones I don't know the official name of them. They're the Reebok classics, and they have the three straps at the top.
Oh, the workouts.
But we call them princesses. I call them princesses for so long. I never really took the time to see what, but they like Reebok classics. Those were my first pair I bought because I needed them for cheerleading in high school, and they were white. They were a white pair, and that was the first pair I bought with my own money in high school.
Yeah.
And we called them Reebok princesses.
I know in New York, some parts they call them 5411s. So yeah, those is classic. That's a nice first pair right there.
Yeah, that's a pair I bought with my own money.
Could probably
Yeah.
get it done.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
when you was in high school getting money, what kind of clothing brands did you coincide with your sneakers? Since we're from the same era, I'm sure I'm gonna recognize some of this stuff. But
So I wore a lot of DC, like DC brand clothing. So it was like Madness, DDP. I kept it really simple. Always wore Levi jeans. I would do like cross colors. I would do WB because that was like a really big thing. Like the Warner Brothers with the Looney Tune characters. I wore those. Um, Hobo, that's another DC brand that was here at that time in the 90s. So I wore a lot of the DC brands that was around. Yeah.
when the
I
Warner
kept it real simple. And polo. I wore polo. I wore a lot of polo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember when the Warner Brothers stores hit because we had one in downtown Cleveland. It was a big deal seeing people walk around with shirts with the Warner Brothers shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then that kind of migrated to just the Looney Tunes tees, and I still have a lot of that. And then of course, Nike with the Warner Brothers stuff with the Jordan 7 and 8 commercials, and then Space Jam. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, marriage they had there. Okay.
Yeah.
You said you rocked a lot of polo too, huh?
Yeah, I did. I did. I definitely rocked a lot of
Yeah.
polo. Yeah. But like I said, I did a lot of supporting of the DC brands that were here. And I think the only one out of all of them that's still around is Madness. That's the only one that's still around. But that's what I wore. Because they had different shops, like on Georgia Avenue, in off Pennsylvania Avenue in Southeast, and off of Southern Avenue in Southeast. So they had a lot of different shops of the different brands. You just go in, buy, and then you go to school with your brand on, representing. Hope nobody will take it from you.
Loving y'all in these comments, my homie Dre the Party Animal. So she's definitely a DC native. Talk about some of the stuff you're talking about.
Yes.
DMV,
Yes.
Mr. Out here, WB had a chokehold on the community. Definitely remember that.
Yes, it definitely did. Definitely did. And you always knew which one was WB or which one wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, that's not WB.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody joining. Okay. Now, what's one sneaker from back in the day that you always wanted that you never got to hold or never got to own?
A sneaker. What's I remember when they first. So I don't remember the number that my mother bought me, but I remember the very first time I seen a pair of 990s and I couldn't get them. It was a pair of 990s and I couldn't get them. Yeah, it was a pair of 990s. She bought me an off-brand. I think it was like $550. It was just something so off, and I was just like, this is not it. She would not. She wouldn't buy them. I remember, and I was like, I can't get them. So when I got older, I bought myself a pair. But I do remember that she bought me like some alias pair of New Balance, and she bought me a blue pair and a gray pair. Cause they came in navy blue, gray, and black.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the number was 550, but I know if I saw them, I know exactly what they look like. And they weren't 990s like everybody else. And I was just like, what the?
So she got the brand right, but not the model.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. And it was a pair of K Swiss. But she eventually bought them for me. But it was a pair of K Swiss that everybody had. And I was like, why can't I get these K Swiss? And she eventually bought them. But in the beginning, she wouldn't buy them. I had to like really, really press her out to give me a pair of K Swiss.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But she eventually bought them, though.
What's the shoe from back then that you loved that you wouldn't wear now? Like
That I wouldn't wear
mm-hmm.
now? The Reebok Princesses. I love that shoe. I still buy that shoe. I was loyal to that sneaker. I wouldn't wear it now.
What would you wear now?
I wouldn't wear it now because the quality wasn't good. Like I just felt like, I guess then you just like, oh, I'm being cute. But now, like, you wear them, you can see the imprint of your toes. Like, the quality is not good. I wasn't doing that now as an adult, but then I was loyal to those.
Okay.
I was loyal to those. I would wear them all the time.
Okay. Okay. Now, with you being now I'll tell you what I remember about Washington D.C. in the early 2000s when I was down there a lot. I remember any Jordan that was black was everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and Composites were everywhere. Goadomes were everywhere, and any of the not. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to offend you. I don't like any of the 990 version. All six of them, like the 9, and then the 991, the 992. Like, I know it's a thing for y'all area. I've never stood it. You know, if I can't get a 997, a real 997, not these new ones, or I'd rather wear a 574 over some of them. That's just me. I just don't get it, you know. But do you own any of these New Balance staples or any of these DMV staples now? Do you have any foams or anything like that?
Yes, I do have a pair of foam posits. I wasn't a big foam posit wearer because I just felt like it looked like a space shoe on your foot. But I do have a pair of foam posits. I do have a pair of 990s. And yeah, I don't have no solid black Jordans. No, I do. No, I don't. No, I do. Oreos. I have a pair of Oreos. I have yeah. But I guess that could really consider the all black Jordan. But yeah, I do have a phone positive and a pair of 990s.
Yeah. I just remember in 2005, I was down there one time, and there were these all black 10s that came out, and they had a white Jumpman on the back, and like the whole city had them bitches. Like,
I remember those.
All black with a white Jumpman on the bottom, white Jumpman on the back, and they was left. I still have them somewhere, but God, the whole city has these bitches. And then, you know, when it's cold, Goadomes are everywhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or Nike boots.
That's a Goadome. That's a Nike boot.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Or the what is it? It's like a foam posit boot. It's a boot that those two.
It's the Air Bacon, the foam posit, and the Goadome all mashed together into one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I never had a pair of Air Bacons. I never had a pair of those.
Yeah, it's such an odd mix of a foam posit, an Air Bacon, and a Goadome Nike boot all mashed together.
Yes.
Where, but okay. Yeah. All right. So now we're at the kind of the halfway point of the show. During this, I kind of asked some either or questions.
Okay.
You know, what I've seen on your page.
Okay.
Now, I saw that you have the I'm on my year Jordan 12s. So, are you more privy to I know you own the black ones, but if you had to choose between the black ones and the white ones, which way are you going?
Black. 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 I love the black is this. It's so slick. It's oh my goodness. I love the way the black looks. It's so slick. Even when I saw it, I was just like, yeah, I like the black over the white. Yeah, the black.
Okay. So with Jordans, if you could only have all your Jordans be UNC colored or black and red, which way you going?
I think I'll do UNC.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I want a lot of black and red. I don't even have that much that color a lot in my closet. So yeah, I think I'll do UNC.
So celebrity sneakerhead wise, since one is pretty big from your area, if you had to choose between Fat Joe and Wale, which way you going?
Wow. Fat Joe and Wale. I'm gonna stay loyal and I'm gonna go with Wale. I'm gonna stay loyal and go with Wale.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lineup or raffle?
I'm gonna keep it old school. I'm gonna do lineup.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep yeah. I'm still kind of like with these raffles. I'm like, you make it hard for a person. So yeah.
Okay. DC or Baltimore?
Well, I did my college in Baltimore and I had a ball.
I feel like I saw that on your page. That's why I'm asking.
I'm gonna have to go with Baltimore. I love when I lived out in Baltimore. I had a ball.
Wow. Okay.
I did. I love college out in Baltimore. I love living in Baltimore. I had a ball.
All right. Now this is a part of that, but would you live there again?
Now, probably not. No. No. I don't think I'm gonna get the same vibe that I got then. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get the same vibe. Then, yeah, but now, nah, I'm good.
Okay. Foot Locker or City Sports?
Foot Locker.
Okay.
Foot Locker.
The original downtown locker room or City Sports?
The original down. I know the original was actually a little better than now.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
The original was better.
I remember how it was compared to how it
is. I think I'm gonna go with the original downtown locker room.
Still over City Sports. So no love for City Sports?
I do have some love, but the original downtown locker room, it was a vibe. Okay. Now it's just like, y'all don't have what's going on.
All right. Okay. You really picked Baltimore over DC?
I know. Look, and my sister in the comments like, wow, DC or nothing. I'm only because I had so much fun in Baltimore when I was in Baltimore for 5 years. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had so much fun in Baltimore. So, but I know I'm not gonna get that now. So yeah. I choose DC.
Last year, my estranged wife and I spent some time up there at because we went to the sneaker exhibit. It was in Baltimore, and we stayed in an area called Lithicum Heights, and it wasn't too far from where I don't know the name of it. It's Glen something, but they had a DTLR outlet, and I went crazy. This is actually one of the shirts I got from there, but I went. It's just world tour.
Oh wow!
Wearing
and it's so funny because I got this shirt from DTLR.
Nice.
I got this from this is one of the nicer things they had in there. I was like, oh okay, I got this from DTLR.
Yeah, but I went hog wild in that outlet. Like, I had so many T-shirts, my arm was hurting. Like, I bought at least 40 T-shirts. They were all $5.
Oh, wow. So you said, wasn't it Glen Burnie?
Yes. I said it was Glen something, Glen Burnie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's Glen Burnie, yeah.
Had a Plato's Closet that was in a strip next to it that was just awful. And then they had the DTLR outlet. Oh, man. It was crazy. Because we didn't even know that the DTLR outlet was there. We were just going to the Plato's. Whenever I go travel somewhere, I have to go to the Plato's Closet to see what they have.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay.
You know, that's one of the places. Since I work for Converse, which means I work for Nike, I always have to hit the Nike store, the Plato's Closet, if they have an Uptown Cheapskate or a Buffalo Exchange, you know, any kind of fancy thrifting. I do normal thrifting, but a lot of times you end up in areas you don't know and you ain't from the city, it could be a problem. So
Right.
I try to keep it light.
It's a Buffalo Exchange here in DC.
Is it?
It's in Northwest. I think that's 14th Street, or I think it's 14th Street. But I know it's a Buffalo Exchange in Northwest though. It's one right here in DC.
All right. Do you ever
They have some stuff.
Do you ever go to the Nike store on M Street?
Yes, it's not there anymore.
When did they move it?
It's closed.
What?
They just closed it on what's this, March? They just closed it in February. It was like February. They just closed it, so they only have Nike stores now on they just opened up one on 8th Street. They just opened one on 8th Street. They have one in Silver Springs that they just opened up. It's been open for maybe like 2-3 weeks. And they have one at Tanger Outlets. They have one at Tanger Outlets at the National Harbor. But the one on M Street is gone. They closed it.
It was so nice in there. It had the wood and everything at the 2 levels.
I know.
They had
it's gone.
They had all of the Georgetown Jordans and the glass case. Like I was just there.
Yeah, no, it's gone now. They closed it. Yep. So that's the only.
I ain't gonna lie.
Those 4 Nike stores.
Yeah, parking was a bitch.
Oh,
there, you know.
Yeah.
It always.
Yeah.
I have been there a couple of years. I forgot how crowded M Street could get.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you know, with the Atmos and a couple other spots.
It's still there. Atmos not gone. It's still there.
Only thank God for that. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Atmos is still there, but yeah, the Nike store is gone. It's gone. Yep. So I went to the one in Silver Spring.
Is it a regular Nike store or is it an outlet?
The one at Tanger is an outlet.
Yeah.
The one at Silver Spring is a regular Nike store.
Okay.
Yeah. And I went there, and like I said, they only been open for 3 weeks. And on that opening day, they had dunks. They had some dunks in there. They don't have no dunks in there right now, of course, but yeah. But the only one that's outlet is the one at Tanger. But it's gone.
That was always one of my destinations whenever I would go there. So
to make sure you go to the Nike store.
that one specifically, because I would always find shit there. You know, whether it was returned or I can't believe they had us here. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because even that was the only Nike store in this area that did. I'm not sure if you well, you probably do. Her Instagram name is I'm Simply B, and she did a design for a bag. A Nike bag. She did a design on a Nike bag, and that was one of the stores that they actually had the bag. Mm-hmm. It wasn't too many stores that had it, but the one on M Street was one of the stores that had it.
I'm familiar. All right, let me here. Hip hop or R&B?
R&B.
Okay.
R&B.
So are we talking regular R&B or neo soul?
Both. We're talking both. Even you can even take it back to old school R&B. I listen to, when I'm at work, I listen to the Stylistics Pandora station.
Okay.
I listen to that, and then I'll get my neo soul. But yeah, R&B all day.
All right. So last either or question. I'm not gonna ask that. Do you follow DC sports at all, or do you care?
I used to be really heavy in following DC sports, but I haven't really followed that much. As far as like basketball and football and stuff, like.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just ask.
I know the football team has a new name.
Better.
I know Wall doesn't play for the Wizards anymore.
No, not for a couple years.
Yeah, I know that. Our baseball team is really good. We won the championship, and our soccer team is amazing. Our hockey team is amazing. They always win championship. But as far as like knowing
The
who's on it and stuff, mm-mm. Hmm?
what, the Capitals?
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So if you had the choice, just remember the sports person that you were. Would you rather the Wizards win the NBA Finals or the Commanders win the Super Bowl?
Um,
If you had to choose.
if I had to choose, um, I need the Commanders to go ahead and do something. So I will definitely root for them to come on and bring the Super Bowl. I like, come on, you guys. The whole city's been trying to stand beside you for so long. Bring something. So I would definitely root for them to bring home a Super Bowl.
You know, they won a couple times when we were kids.
Yes, I do know.
1991. I can remember 1991 pretty well. 87, not so much. But
Yeah, I just remember my dad being excited. Like I remember my uncles and my dad because they are big Commander fans, renowned Commander fans,
you can say
and so hmm?
okay. Safe space here. You can say
Oh,
Redskins.
they big Redskin fans. They're huge Redskin fans, so I do remember them like really excited.
Yeah, I know that it was a big deal in 1987 when Doug Williams is the first black dude to be a quarterback and win it for them. I just I knew about basketball then, but I wasn't really into football. I was still kind of
Okay.
but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So okay, all right. So now we jump into the current sneaker game, the way it is.
Okay.
Over the last, we'll say since the pandemic, the last 3 years, what's the hardest L you've taken? A shoe that you really wanted that you just weren't able to get?
Oh, that was recent. No, that was last year. Oh, the biohack. I was so upset that I didn't get that sneaker. I I really tried to get that sneaker, and I was really upset. And my son, um, he's at West Virginia State the year they came out, and I called him. I said, "You're in West Virginia. Nobody buys sneakers there. Do they have them?" And he went to the mall. He had already told me. He said, "Oh yeah, Ma, I just seen them the other day." I said, "Go back to the mall and go get them. I'm gonna send you the money." And when he went back, they were gone. I said, "Ah." But yes, I that the whole thing about the sneaker was amazing. Like the laces, the colors, like it just I really like that sneaker. So now when I see people walking down the street with that sneaker on, I just give them a side eye, like, and you didn't even put it together well. That's the look I give them. But yeah,
Now
I was upset I didn't get that
I'm
sneaker.
gonna say this though. Now I own the sneaker. I'm not gonna lie, I do own it. It's not hard to wear, but it's not easy to wear either. It's kind of like you got to have the right piece to really set that off. I feel like I can't even think of what I off the top. Like anytime I wear it, I really have to like concoct some shit, to really do the shoe justice.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just throw it on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
certain
definitely agree with you.
you just throw it on. But that you really got to take some time because I was on the craft so tough because it reminded me of like a white biohack. And since I had one, I had to get the other. But to me, it's even easier to wear the craft than it is to wear the biohack.
Really?
To be
Okay.
to me, I mean, I don't know. It's not a hard sneaker wear, and I feel like I could wear anything. I feel like I could put anything together. But it's definitely one of the most challenging Jordans that I own.
Yeah, and I just loved everything about it. I just felt like the combination together was amazing, and I was so upset that I could not get that shoe. I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Yeah.
Like that was clearly the best Jordan 1 of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Does it
Yep,
have
I agree. Huh?
does it have resale value? Does it go for a lot now?
I don't know what it is now, but then yes. But I haven't even checked. But then yes, the resale value was high. Yeah, but I haven't checked recently though.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you know what other sneaker that came out that year? It was the Jordan 1 tie-dye.
Uh, yeah.
And their resale value just went down this year. That resale value on that sneaker stayed up consistently. It never went down. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my goodness. I was actually shocked by that, to be honest.
I really feel like with Jordan ones, if they're not earth toned, or I can't even say OG colors, if it's not a Chicago Bulls themed color or an earth tone, it's come down some. To me,
Okay.
you know, because like you can't even say OG because you can get Royals and Shadows for decent prices. It's just the black and red, and of course the Chicago, the
Mm-hmm.
black, those are the ones. But and for whatever reason, the UNC, the first one from 2015, it still commands a decent amount of resale value. Where cats be trying to sell beat pairs for $400, but okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'll say for me, and again, you were in high school when this shoe came out as well as me. So you said you graduated in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, this was 10th grade for you, 11th grade for me. Like Flint 13, man. Like I have every other Flint 13, 98, 05, 2010, but I don't have the 20 version, and I just can't pay resale for that shoe. That's always going to be $150 shoe in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It for
Mm-hmm.
resale, and they were 190 or 200, however much
Right.
they were.
Right.
I'll pay it, but 240, 300, like not for that shoe.
Right. No, I get it. I get
Not
it.
for that shoe.
Yeah.
So that.
Like, is this
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I definitely understand because you just be like, I just remember, like, I just cannot do it. Like, I'm sorry,
Regular
I just won't have it.
that shoe, or I'll wait. I'll catch it. You know, I'll catch
Mm-hmm.
it. But but yeah, that was what let me know everything was different. Because again, the first few sneakers of the pandemic, the DMP6, the Fire Red 5 with the silver
Mm-hmm.
tongue, those Chicago's, as I call them, the Court Purple 2.0,
Mm-hmm.
all of those you could just get.
Yep.
Even after the shutdown, you could just get them. But
Yep.
got to sell them to you through the door. Or, you get them online. But that Flint 13 is what let me know everything was different.
Yeah.
And that was the start of resale for GS.
Yes.
Because that
Ridiculous.
was a thing before.
That was never. That was. But you know what? I was saying this before, like a resale for GS. That was never a thing. And then also, I don't know, maybe I was just like in a different space, but I do not remember when Jordan ones became like not easily attainable. I don't remember that. I remember walking in stores and grabbing it off the shelf. And they were sitting on the shelf for a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me get that pair. Or I don't remember where it was like, okay, why does this cost so much? Why I can't get these? Why is it so hard to grab? Why is everybody hype over this? Like, I don't remember. I don't know when that switch changed. Like I said, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I don't remember when that switch changed at all.
It started in waves. Now I'm gonna go way back. I feel like Jordan ones first started getting real notoriety, especially among the hype beasts in the late 2000s, 2008, 9, 10, because Kanye used to wear them all the time. He was still Nike.
Okay.
But that was the first wave. The second wave was when they had those banned ones that only came out in the outlets in 2011 with the X on the back. That was like the second wave where it kind of went up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They released the whole retro set in 2013. All the OGs, the black and red, the black and blue, those awful Chicago's with the Jumpman. They had those New York Knicks ones with the apple on the insole.
Mm-hmm.
That set, 2013, took it to another level. And then the Chicago and the shattered backboard in 15. And then, to me, it went into the stratosphere after the Virgil. the first, the Off-White Chicago and the UNC. So it was kind of like a gradual waves thing. But since 2016, 17, you know, because I know Jordan 1s they went up to 140 in 2013.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then in 2015, they started being 160. And, you know, when they raise our price, they raise y'all price. So
yeah. Because before in my size in 2013 and in the 10, 11, 12, 13, they were like 110.
mm-hmm.
They were 110. Now depending on like
140
which one it is,
now.
they're like 140,
Mm-hmm.
150. It can go up to like 180 depending on. But yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy.
And I really feel like, because, you know, I know a few of my people are here. What's up, Kid Gabe, Crazy 04, Yo Keisha, QC Kiki Cutie. Love those people there. Those are some fire young ladies. I always get them a hard time, like, man, y'all have it easy because y'all wear GS. You know, you can get certain stuff easy, but it's really not like that anymore. You know, I'm gonna say that this one time. So still, you see it. I said it. It's really, it is hard, and I feel like they're trying to shrink grade school and just make it about women. You know, there aren't really. They got rid of the whole extended and the GG releases
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. Women's, you know, now they're even coming out with women's releases of the regular shoe like they did with the Jordan 2.
Yep.
You know, where it's like, but it's the same.
It's the same. It just says one says women and the other one is regular.
You know, is it cut more narrow? I know a lot of times ladies' shoes are cut more narrow, but I think eventually, unfortunately, I think GS is going to disappear and everybody's just going to pay the same price for the shoes. Whether you're 3.5 or you're 15, I think it's all going to be the same.
The same. Yeah, that's going to be, when that happens, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
They're not going to get rid of toddlers or what's that, preschool. They never going to get rid of that.
They're trying to get rid of grade school the way America's trying to get rid of the middle class.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
They don't want no middle class. They either want low or high.
You poor or you rich.
Yep, that's it. Like, there's no middle at all.
Kids. You get the bands of the women's. Hey, little Dark Trail, you want the Jordans? You pay a 180, just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll flip it. What's one of the what's the biggest win that you've gotten since the pandemic, sneaker wise?
Wow. I hit on every size for the Jordan 1 Chicago Reimagine. Every size.
You still have me?
Yes. When I say I hit on every, and it was so crazy because I was like, let me just try. And then next thing you know, my phone was like ding, 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 ding. I hit on every single size. And then I hit on every size for the social status chocolate milk and strawberry milk. I hit on every size for those. And I hit on almost every single pair of Almanacs except for the ones. Those are my biggest wins over the pandemic. I'm like, yes.
That Chicago lost and found. That was a hard L. I got niggas still acting funny towards me because they got multiple pairs and I wasn't able to hit. You know, I got a fat L. Now I have a 94 Chicago, so it's not like I have the 14 KO. I have the 21 KO, but I need a fresh pair of Chicago's because I was too stupid to buy them in 2015. I had a chance to get them. With my discount, they'd have been $87. But I just was like, you know, it's whatever. It's the Jordan 1. I mean, whatever. Even with them waves I spoke about earlier, I'm like, you know, it's a Jordan 1. I mean, you know, nobody cares for real. And that backboard, that was those were some definitely some times where I zigged when I should have zagged. But I'm about to give up on the lost and founds because I can't imagine paying $500 for a shoe number. I just can't do it.
I would never. I would never.
I might pay 300, but not 500.
Yeah, nah. That can go to like a bill.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
Like,
You know?
or a vacation or something that will give you some type of yeah. But yeah, I think those are my biggest over the pandemic. Those are my biggest ones over the pandemic. And I, like I said, I was like, ooh. And I still have let me see. I still have I sold the men's side of the strawberry milk, but I kept the toddler and the preschool size. I kept those. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've been riding with the Chicago one because my pair from '94. Like I've had it since then, since 8th grade. Like
How do they look?
man, they're actually because I'm moving some Jordans to storage. They're actually in the car. Um,
I wonder how they look. Are they still like good? Like, are you able to still wear them?
oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
I mean, they're a 10.5, so they're slightly snug. But I feel like that Nike used to cut the shoes bigger back then too. Because if I get a brand new Jordan 1 now, the smallest size I can do in an OG high is an 11.
Okay.
Fit a women's 12, which is a 10.5 in a mid.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my Jordan 1s that are OG highs from at least from 15 to present, they're all 11.5s or 12s. So I don't know if they cut them different, but yeah, I mean, I still wear them ever so often. I don't think I've worn them this year, but they're just, the sole is really oxidized. It's yellow because I've had it since I was a kid. But yeah, what I'll do, I'll send you a picture after this is
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Those, and I have a pair of neutral gray ones from 1985. Those are my two oldest
Oh
ones.
wow.
So yeah, I found.
Wow. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think the oldest, and it's so crazy. I think the oldest sneaker that I actually have, because like I said, I didn't really keep a lot, but I think the oldest pair I have, it's not even my size. It's a baby size. It's a crib size, but it's an 11. It's the Space Jams and the Concord Jordan 11s, and I still have those. And it's so crazy because each one of my children were able to wear them, and I
Nice.
Yep. No.
How many kids you got?
Three.
Okay.
Three. Yep. 2 boys and a girl.
Okay.
Yep.
How old are you, mind me asking?
Oh, no problem. The oldest, he's 22. The girl, she's about to turn 15, and the youngest, he's 8 months. He's a baby.
You just wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
as we wrap things up, just a few more questions.
Okay.
How does your family feel about your relationship with sneakers?
So, of course, the kids love it because if I have sneakers, you have sneakers. Except for the oldest, you have a job, you can get your own sneakers. My mom, she's like, you don't need these. Why do you need these? Every time I see you have on a different pair of sneakers, maybe you should just cut it back some. She think I should scale it back. Other family members, they know what it is. They just like, oh yeah, when we see her, she gonna have on something that nobody else have. It's gonna be different. But yeah, my mother, she like, what? And my husband, he didn't realize he didn't realize how deep I was into sneakers. Like when we were dating, we would talk about sneakers, and he could look at me like, you don't really know about no sneakers, until he came to my house, and he was like, wait a minute, oh yeah, you and D, like you really, and I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like this is part of me. You pick your sneaker, then your outfit. You don't pick your outfit, then your sneaker. You pick your sneaker, then your outfit.
Thank you. Like, if it's nothing I can think of, and I don't want to cop out and wear a white tee or the winter version of the white tee, which is just a gray hoodie with nothing on it.
Mm-hmm.
until I figure out what I'm gonna do with it.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel like I get my sneaker and then
I ain't gonna miss it. I'll fuck around and not be able to find it. Or have to pay an arm and a leg. So I'm gonna still get it. I'm gonna just ice it. But okay. Well, you answered my next question. I was gonna ask you how your, husband or significant other feels about it. But
oh yeah,
is he in the sneakers as well, or
huh?
is he in the sneakers as
Oh
well?
yeah,
Or
absolutely. That's why he was so surprised and shocked that I was so deep into sneakers because he's definitely deep into sneakers. I think his biggest, he hit during the pandemic. He hit on. I think it was like 3 or 4 pairs of the social status pennies. He hit on. Uh, I think he hit twice on the Rebellionaires. He also hit on is I think what was the other pennies called? I can't remember. It was a social status pair of pennies that came out, and then it was like another pair of pennies that came
was it
out.
the Stussy ones?
Okay, so hold up. So the social status pennies, that's the ones you could switch out this the swoosh, right?
Yeah, but they also did a penny too. That was a penny one. They also did a penny two.
He hit on those.
Okay.
Oh, and he hit on the Travis Scotts.
Okay.
He hit on the Travis Scotts as well. So those are like his big, like, and he really hit like multiple pairs. We're talking like 3, 4 pairs, and he's a 10.5. So I'm just trying to figure out how he was able to hit so many times. He's a 10.5, and he hit multiple times on those. So those was like some big wins for him.
Some people have it. Like, when I was actively married, my wife used to hit all the time. She won shit for me that I just like. She hit on the Doernbecher 6.
Really?
Like she hit for me. So I wasn't even gonna tell her about it because I'm like, man, she, whatever. I if I don't hit, I just don't hit. But she ended up hitting and she won. There was another time where I had already taken my L on the Raging Bull 5s 2 years ago, and she entered the raffle at or the draw at 10:09, and she was able to get them for me.
Wow.
After I had already taken the L. I'm like,
wow.
People just happen,
Yeah.
She was one where when we was together and when she used to play the raffles for me, she used to always hit.
Yeah. He's one too. He just has it. Like he has it. Like he even hit on the Raging Bull 5s. He hit on it was another sneaker that he hit on. And I was just like, I didn't even know, like, I wasn't even familiar with the shoe actually. I gotta ask him what shoe it was, but I wasn't even familiar with the shoe. But he was hitting on things, and I was just like, wow, I didn't even know you was trying to get that and stuff. He even hit on the Billie Eilish for our daughter, the Billie Eilish Air Force ones. I was like, dang, and the tan color ones was a hard one to get. The olive green kind of set for a while. The olive green color set, but the tan, that one went quick.
Yeah.
That one went quick.
That I got lucky. We actually both did because I got my pair because somebody returned it at the Nike in my neighborhood, and
with the Billie Eilish,
yeah, the tan one, and she had got hers. We was actually she found it at the Clarksburg store.
Really?
Yeah, she found those Air Max ones, and I'm just. When you with somebody and they in the sneakers too, sometimes they come up on some shit, especially if you pay regular price for it. You just kind of be like, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, why could that have been me?
Yeah.
But
dang, I'm actually surprised that you was able to get a pair of those out the store.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff, all right. For me, it was kind of like a consolation because I really wanted the Billie Eilish 15s, and I'm the first one to say, to me the 15 is the worst Air Jordan ever made. It's horrible shoe. It wasn't good to hoop in. at the time, it wasn't with the fashion. It's perfect for today's fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But 99,
Mm-hmm.
2000, we was wearing everything baggy. Like I still was wearing it with baggy pants, but it just didn't look right. It was just such an awkward shoe. And but I wanted that one because it was beige and it was just weird. It was different, and I wasn't able to get it. Then they gave it to us on the Nike employee site, but I wasn't able to get it, so I had to settle for the AJKO, the lime green joint.
But those weren't bad though.
No, I haven't figured out what to wear with them
Oh,
yet, but I'm
okay.
wear something.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
those weren't bad. And our daughter actually wanted those, but we didn't hit on them. But with
yeah.
the tan color ones, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do nothing with that green one. I tried like, but nah, like that beige one, it had to come home once I saw it. I'm like, oh, somebody returned this? Yeah, let me get that. It's an 11.
And so crazy we talking about Billie Eilish now. She a pair just dropped today.
What model was
It was white. It was the white Air Force Ones, but I can't remember what they called it.
with the straps? They had
No, no,
straps too?
no, it's strapped. Just a regular traditional low Air Force One, but I can't. But it has like little oh, I cannot think of the name of it. But it has like these little white squares, like chips, all around the whole Air Force One. But it's white. It's like your traditional white Air Force One, but it had like little chips around it. But I can't think of the official name of it right now. But yeah, she had a pair that dropped today. I seen it. I was like, oh man, these are nice. These are different.
They were all white. Did they have like rope laces?
No, just regular traditional white laces.
I'm going to check those out.
Yeah, that they drop. I saw it today. They dropped today.
All right. Well, now we're in the final quarter.
Okay.
So, with your collection, are you able to ballpark how many pairs you think you have, or?
I think I'm in the range of, because I'm kind of peeking over a little bit. I think I'm in the range now. 140 maybe. I think I'm in the range of like 140 now. Yeah.
A lot of shoes.
Yeah, it is. It is. Sometimes I look and I'm like, dang, I need to like purge. But then I'm like, no, because I could wear.
Yeah.
Because I have been thinking like, oh, maybe I should just purge a little bit. And I'm like, no, not yet. It's not time.
I got you. Okay. What direction would you like to see your collection go in the future?
Honestly, I would like to. I think I want to increase my collection more on the Puma Adidas side. To be honest, I do have some Pumas. I would like to get a little bit more, and I don't have that many Adidas, so I would like to really increase my Adidas. See if I can see something that I actually like. Yeah, I would like my collection to go more on that side. I love Nike, of course, but I would like to get a little bit more of those, and just and some more. I would like to see sneakers do a lot more collaborations with like just your everyday things. So, like for instance, I have two pair of Adidas Simpsons. Like I would love to see like collaborations with like TV shows or just like your everyday things. I would like to see more collaborations on that as opposed to like the same sneaker that's repeated 3-4 times. Like I don't want that. I want it to be different.
Okay. All right. Now, what is on your radar next? Like the next 3 to 6 months, what do you plan on trying to get or getting?
So, I only have one sneaker on my radar because we are in the process of buying. So I have to go on a halt. However, I'm lifting a halt for them Jordan 1s, Tiana Taylors.
Okay.
I have my eye on that. I'm waiting for that release date to drop so I can get those. I just love that she has like the rose on it with the thorns and just her whole concept of like the concrete. Yeah, I'm waiting for that sneaker. So that's the only one I actually had on my mind.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that pair. But other than that, I haven't really seen anything. I did see those 14s. They were silver, but when I saw them in person, I didn't like it. It looked like a space sneaker.
Yeah, a lot of them got returned.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And when I seen it in person, I was like, oh yeah, I don't like this. It looked like a space sneaker. At first, it was on my radar, but I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
I haven't really. I don't. I mean, do you think anything recently has been like a thumbs up other than the Amaneas, other than those? Because that was fire. Do you think anything was like?
I didn't really like those. If I had to choose, I would have chose the white ones.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll be honest with you. I guess I should say this, and probably this is just me being an old head. If it's a Jordan 12 and it's not leather, it looks weird to me.
Okay.
That's part of it, but
Okay.
I like the fact that they're letting this black guy who owns these boutiques, let him do this. But the only shoe that he's come out with that I was really enthralled with was the threes. But because as they were advertised, they were for you ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't try to get them until like the last sneakers release when they had grew on me enough where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just try to get these. And I didn't get them, and now they're like $700-800 in my size, so it's just that's not happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like the 3 and the 2 are the only ones that if I had the means to own them, maybe the 4, but I didn't like the 1, and I didn't like you wore them nicely. I like how you did that. That's why I used that picture for the flyer.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. But yeah, I mean, I've seen other people wear them, and I'm sure they're nice apparel pieces to go with it, but they just weren't for me.
Okay. Yeah, the threes I love the threes. I definitely have those, and I have the 4s. The 4s were definitely I'm not a big 4. I'm not a big 4 fan. Mm-hmm. So let me just put that out there. I'm not a big 4. I just feel like they just don't fit right on the foot. So maybe because I'm grade school size, and I honestly believe that certain Nike sneakers they just put so much.
It's slapped together for y'all.
They don't put so much effort.
Okay.
I just be like, oh my gosh, like why? Like you really made this for a kid, because when they're going to play, it's going to. So I've never been a fan of the 4s, but this pair wasn't too bad. I was like, okay, I can rock with this pair, but I've never been a fan of the 4s. I just felt like they hurt your feet. Like they feel like they just so tight and just compact on your feet.
One thing,
so I've never been a fan.
Because I wore my black and red 4s yesterday, and I had up like OG style where the laces was going through the crowns and through the wing and everything, because I'm like trying to look like Jordan at 89. But like any non-traditional Jordan 4, I don't put the laces through the crowns, and it changes how they fit.
Okay.
So they fit about they fit I should say not about they feel better without the crowds. So yeah. But
I never thought about that, so that's good. I never would think to. Okay.
All right. Now look, before we go, did you have for me?
So one, I wanted to say thank you. I never been on I guess a Instagram podcast type thing. So thank you for inviting me. I definitely enjoyed myself. I guess my only question is what made you get into sneakers? Like, what made you have that passion for them?
Okay. So this is a really, really long time ago, right? Go back to when I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
91. This was the first year I really started following the NBA. And I grew up a Lakers fan, but the Lakers were starting to fade and the Bulls were starting to come up. So I was interested in whatever Michael Jordan had going on.
Okay.
So my dad, he came home from work. He had the entire Jordan 6 capsule. So he had the shoes, short set, everything was embroidered too. It was like really nice. He had the hat, he had the bag.
Wow.
And just seeing him with the fit on and the infrared, it was like it was glowing. I had Jordans before because I'll admit, you know, I ain't gonna say I was rich or whatever, but I grew up pretty well for the 80s, you know, considering what people was going through.
Mm-hmm.
I had Jordans before, but that was the first Jordan I ever wanted. Like, as soon as I saw him with them, I just was like, I had to have him. And he didn't get them for me only because he wanted to get my foot measured or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, we went to the downtown mall in Cleveland. It's called Tower City. It was still new at the time.
Okay.
And I was able to get my pair, and I got a Jordan book bag. So
wow.
that, that. And then it was the notoriety of, oh, he got the J's. I had already had the 5s, the white, black with the silver tongue, but those was the new J's. And just, you know, I don't know, it just felt good to have something nobody else had. So
wow.
And
you know, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm just sitting here thinking while you saying that, and I'm thinking like when around that time, my mom and dad wouldn't buy me Jordans. They bought my little brother Jordans, but they wouldn't buy me Jordans. I don't know why. I never asked that question why, but they always bought my little brother Jordans, but they wouldn't buy me a pair of Jordans. And I was like, is that a boy sneaker? Like, is that why? Because you know, when we were growing up, they try to distinguish between, oh, that's a boy sneaker, that's a girl sneaker. So I just was like, is that a boy sneaker? That's why y'all won't buy them for me? But yeah, they didn't buy me. They bought my little brother Jordan. So he had Jordans when we were growing up, but I didn't.
Yeah. But that 6, it's the shoe that started it all for me. And it's one of the few shoes, it's a handful of shoes that no matter how many pairs I have, or no times they brought it out, I'm going to get it every time.
Wow.
And that black and red, black infrared, however, like I have every Jordan 6 black and red retro they've come out with. And I went crazy in 2014. I bought like 6 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I
wow.
one from 2019, and it's still dead stop. But yeah, that sneaker means that much to me. I've got crumbled retros from 2000. My pair from 2010 with the darker red is starting to crumble a little bit just because they're from 2010. And
right.
Where that sneaker is that old where it could be crumbling because I can remember buying it. But, you know, that shoe is just real special. It's that one. The black and purple Air Max BW is another one where I had it like right after that 6 to where it was just, it's one of them special sneakers where it's like, hey, I got 3 pairs. I'm still going to get another one. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. But that's amazing though. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
That's kind of what got me started though.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. That's amazing. Just to see like your father walk in, you're like, oh my God. You probably was in awe too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just like, you know, like I just, it was like a moment that's like etched in my brain. Like I was like my dad and I still talk about that now where I'm like, man, you remember when you came home with those 6s? It changed everything. You know, because my dad, he still, I'm not gonna call him a sneakerhead, but he loves basketball and he's been buying Jordans recently. Like he got the playoff 13 retros and he got the UNC 5s. I don't even have the UNC 5s. I don't have the new playoff 13s. I have the other 2 pairs. He got the Lakers dunks. I'm like the 66-year-old dude walking around with sneakers. But yeah. Man, guess what I got? And I'm like, what? And he like, I got the blue 5s. You know, the UNCs. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't So, you know, he's like, "Yo, man, I can't believe I got a shoe you ain't got." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't have them." So, but
Yeah.
I'll get
That's
them.
so funny because my mom, I just my so my aunt called me.
Uh-huh.
She said, I need sneakers. I want to start wearing sneakers. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. She's like, can you give me some sneakers? So I actually got her the Air Max ones, Great Indoors.
Mm-hmm.
It has the
Oh yeah,
what's that? Yes,
nice.
those are nice. And I was like, oh, she'll, because she was like, I just need something different. I don't want everybody to have my shoe. So I got her those, and I got my mom the Air Max Safaris, because you know how they bring out the Safari Dunks. I have the Safari Dunks, and I got her the Air Max, and I was like, oh, these are gonna be comfortable on your feet, so you can walk around. And she was like, oh yeah, I like those. These are different, and I'm like, yeah, these are. You'll be fine with these.
That was,
Yes.
that was
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being here. I really
Oh
appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. Thanks for inviting me. I definitely enjoyed our
No, for
conversation.
sure. Now I'll definitely be in touch, and we'll be sending you shoes. Like, hey, what you think about
Yes.
these? You know, y'all.
Yes, please do. And definitely let me know when you come visit DC.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yes. Yes. Cause we definitely could hit up some stores, and you know DC always have the best brunches, so we could hit up a nice brunch.
I'm heard about that Nike on M Street
Oh
though.
yeah, it's gone.
I'm
It's gone.
like,
We're gonna have to hit up all the other Nike ones in the area. The one at M Street one is gone.
oh man.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gone.
Ah, all right. Well, listen, everybody. Well, before we go, tell everybody where they can find you.
So everyone, you can find me on Instagram. I have two pages. Of course, I love kicking it with locks. That's my page, and my other page is at Locks Gal. That's a private page. I'm sorry. So if you send me a message, I'll accept it. But I love kicking it with locks. It's not private. It's open. So you can find me on those too.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, hey, thank you everybody in the chat for watching. Appreciate you being here. This was episode 121 of Shorty Sneaker Conversations. Stay tuned for future shows. Make sure to follow. I love kicking with locks. I love kicking with
With
locks.
locks. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I'm there. My bad. You know.
It's okay. It's okay. Yes. Make sure y'all follow me.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off. Everybody be blessed, and we will see you soon.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.